Hey, what's the wizard? Man, did you know St. Louis consistently has one of the highest murder rates in the country? Meaning that per every 100,000 residents, there is a high number of homicides and fatalities due to gun violence. I remember being in church and the pastor used to be like, look to your left and look to your right. Well, if you in St. Louis, man, look to your left and look to your right. Look at your neighbor. It's a high chance that you're gonna be involved in some BS, but it's ways to avoid it. I'm gonna give y'all some tips on how to move right in St. Louis to avoid, somebody, you know, touching that chicken nugget, hitting you in the head with something. Of course, these tips don't apply to everybody. In a lot of cases, civilians are good. If you mind your business, you're good. Some niggas are not gonna listen anyway. Some niggas gonna let their nuts hang. Some niggas too tough. They gonna drop their nuts. They gonna do everything that's not on the list. And of course, this list by no means mean don't live your life, and be scared. You can walk outside tomorrow and get hit by a bus, or you could be inside the house and something happened to you. Still live your life, but just think and take caution and use these tips that I'm giving you, and man, you're gonna be all right. So without further ado, here go my list. Tip number one: whether you a civilian, whether you a gangster, a gang banger, a doctor, a lawyer, a pharmacist, a pharmacy tech, with a CNA, rule tip number one: get you a gun and keep that thing on you. You never know what's gonna happen on a day to day, and you rather have it than to not have it. You rather be able to defend yourself. You know, if it was up to me, everybody would be able to carry a gun. Felon, what children, everybody should have a gun. St. Louis got open carry laws, so for the most part, you good. The police ain't gonna bother you. Ain't gonna bother you with your gun. If you ain't got no intent on harming nobody, or committing no crimes, keep you a gun and teach your children about gun safety. A lot of people put the guns up when the children come in the room. You shouldn't have to do that. My children know the ins and outs about guns. They know if you shoot this, it's gonna do this, so don't play with it. They know how to carry it, to get it out their way. They know how to shoot it if dad or mom needed them to shoot it. Teach your kids about gun safety. The last thing you want is your child shooting themselves in the head and the police locking you up for child neglect, endangerment, homicide, and all that. You know. Tip number two: don't hang out in cars. You are a sitting duck in the car, especially if you a gangster, a gang member, or just a person with beef, or you are in the hood, sitting in the hood on one of these little blocks of back streets. Do not sit in them cars. Those are mobile coffins. It ain't too much you can do. A lot of people gonna be like, man, I can sit in the car, I can do that, I can do that. Man, for a fact, with my own eyes, I've seen the best get taken out by sitting in the car. So avoid sitting in the car if you can. Tip number three: do not be outside bouncing your ass at these gas stations. Too many people pull up to these gas stations. Too many eyes are up on you. St. Louis is too small, and if you have problems with people, more than likely they're going to see you at a gas station. So avoid, bouncing your ass at these gas stations. I don't know why people like posting at these gas stations. Weird to me. So to avoid that, if you a smoker, man, buy your cigarillos, buy your Dutchies, buy your Black and Miles, your cigarettes, buy in bulk, buy boxes. Quit being cheap. It don't cost nothing but 30, 40, $50. For a whole box. Avoid going to these gas stations and popping out. Tip number four: it then this just for this strictly for the gangsters, the man, just the people who got beef. higher profile people in the city. Get you a poo shiesty mask. Thank God for COVID, because before COVID, you wearing no mask, you look suspect. But now that COVID is here anyway, it'll protect you more than one way. For the vaxxers, the people who take the vaccine, get you a poo shiesty mask, and you can protect people from catching COVID, and you can protect yourself from catching some bullets because a nigga don't know it's you. And you never know when you might have to handle your own business. Keep that mask up on you, and you're gonna be straight. Believe me. Tip number 5, and it's gonna be real short and brief. Don't get your stupid ass caught walking. Don't get caught walking, and that's all I'm gonna say on it. Tip number 6. This is for when you driving on 70 in the city. Don't match the speed of nobody car. Say for instance, you are behind the car. Don't speed up to a car and maintain the same speed as another car. A person may take that as a threat and get the dumping at you. It's been a lot of shootings and buckouts on 70, and a lot of them are from simply people matching the speed and another car getting paranoid. So have some courtesy. Have some courtesy if you already not pooling and driving with the person. Don't pull up on the person and then maintain the same speed as that person. Tip number 7. Do drugs in the comfort of your own home. Do not get caught outside, lacking, unfocused, high off something. If weed impairs your focus, smoke only at home or, over your people's crib. A lot of young men in St. Louis right now are doing lean, and they think it's good, and they think they gangster, and they think they alert. Get caught outside on that lane. Get caught outside on that night if you want to. Do drugs in the safety of your own home. Number 8, avoid fist fights. Avoid fights. 8 times out of 10 in St. Louis, them fights is gonna lead to some type of gunplay. It might not be right there then and there, but in the future you got something coming your way. Only fight family members and your members of your clique. It might sound backwards. I don't mean just fight your peoples, but only have fights with people that you can see after the fight that y'all can be good about it. Y'all can smoke, y'all can drink and laugh about it like, yeah, we was chirping. Don't be out here putting your hands on other people, children. Y'all see King Vine, that shit dead. We in a new era. Don't be out here doing push-ups, curls in the gym and letting that testosterone flow and think you can, put your hands on somebody and bully somebody. These scary niggas will kill your ass, man. So especially do not fight nobody that don't want to fight you. Number 9 is strictly for the male demographic, and it's these females. Everything that glitter ain't gold. Watch these females. Watch who you fucking with. Every female don't deserve to go back to your crib. A lot of these females are fucking around with everybody, and more than likely somebody you got an issue with. Don't fall in for the bait and start pillow talking. I don't care if the woman is your wife. Do not pillow talk with none of these hoes. Females are emotional, and it's damn near like the police. Anything you said can and will be used against you. I made that mistake and sat and basically told a female, the niggas I had problems with, who I was, ducking my head from, who when I seen them I was gonna do this and that, or if I caught them down bad, or caught them in an alley, what was gonna happen. And guess what? Me and her got into it. I broke her heart, and guess what she did? She started fucking with the niggas I did not fuck with, and she told them everything. So yeah, this coming from the heart. No pillow talking with these females. It don't matter if they your wife, your BM or not. You know, Females change like the season. Just get their ass a reason. Number 10, watch yourself in these tents. I'm really starting to believe that civilians shouldn't even tent their cars. I know it's St. Louis culture and it's everywhere now. And you got females that ride around tending who ain't on the crumb, ain't on the thing, but don't be in these tents and your car looking slimy and you doing dumb shit, going down one ways on your phone, slipping and tripping and looking suspicious. You know. But this part one, part two on the way. Tune in.